How to stop caring what others think of you. In a world increasingly interconnected and saturated with external validation, the pursuit of genuine selfhood often becomes overshadowed by the pervasive need for approval. The constant barrage of social media updates, societal expectations, and interpersonal judgments can create a powerful undercurrent of anxiety, driving individuals to shape their thoughts, behaviors, and even their identities based on the perceived opinions of others. This relentless pursuit of external validation can be deeply detrimental, hindering personal growth, stifling creativity, and ultimately leading to a life lived inauthentically. Learning to detach from the opinions of others is not an act of defiance or isolation, but rather a profound journey towards self-acceptance, inner peace, and the freedom to live a life aligned with one's own values and desires. This essay delves into the multifaceted nature of this challenge, exploring the psychological roots of our need for external approval and offering a comprehensive guide to cultivating the inner strength and self-assurance necessary to stop caring what others think. The desire for social acceptance and belonging is deeply ingrained in human psychology. From an evolutionary perspective, being part of a group was crucial for survival. Approval from the tribe meant safety, resources, and the opportunity to procreate. This innate need for connection and acceptance continues to influence our behavior today. However, in modern society, this primal instinct can become maladaptive when it translates into an excessive preoccupation with the opinions of everyone around us. From close family and friends to casual acquaintances and even anonymous online commentators. Several psychological factors contribute to our tendency to care deeply about what others think. One significant factor is the development of our self-esteem. For many, self-worth becomes intertwined with external validation. Praise and approval can lead to temporary boosts in confidence, while criticism and rejection can trigger feelings of inadequacy and shame. This creates a cycle of dependence on external sources for our sense of self, making us highly sensitive to the opinions of others. Social comparison theory also plays a crucial role. We constantly compare ourselves to others, often focusing on their perceived successes and positive attributes. This can lead to feelings of inferiority and a heightened awareness of how we might be perceived in comparison. The rise of social media has amplified this phenomenon, providing a curated and often idealized view of others' lives, further fueling the pressure to measure up and seek external validation. Fear of judgment and rejection is another powerful motivator. Humans are social creatures, and the prospect of being ostracized or criticized can be deeply unsettling. This fear can lead us to conform to social norms, suppress our true selves, and prioritize the avoidance of disapproval over the pursuit of our own desires and values. Furthermore, cultural and societal norms often reinforce the importance of external approval. From a young age, we may be taught to value the opinions of authority figures, peers, and the wider community. Societal expectations regarding appearance, behavior, and achievements can create a powerful pressure to conform and seek validation through external markers of success and acceptance. Overcoming this deeply ingrained tendency to care what others think is a process that requires self-awareness, conscious effort, and a gradual shift in perspective. It is not about becoming indifferent or insensitive, but rather about developing a strong inner compass and a secure sense of self that is not easily swayed by external opinions. Here are some key strategies to embark on this transformative journey. 1. Cultivate self-awareness. The first step towards detaching from the opinions of others is to understand why you care so much in the first place. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings when you perceive judgment or disapproval. What specific opinions trigger you the most? What are the underlying fears or insecurities that these opinions tap into? Journaling, self-reflection, and even talking to a trusted friend or therapist can help you gain valuable insights into your own patterns of seeking external validation. 2. Identify your core values. What truly matters to you in life? What principles guide your decisions and actions? When you are clear about your core values, you have an internal framework for evaluating your choices and behaviors, independent of external approval. Living in alignment with your values fosters a sense of integrity and self-respect that is far more sustainable than the fleeting validation of others. 3. Practice self-acceptance. Recognize that you are inherently worthy of love and acceptance. regardless of your flaws, imperfections, or the opinions of others. Embrace your uniqueness and acknowledge that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion, just as you would a dear friend. When you cultivate self-acceptance, the need for external validation diminishes. 4. Challenge negative thought patterns. Our internal dialogue often plays a significant role in how we perceive and react to the opinions of others. Challenge negative thoughts such as, "They probably think I'm foolish," or, "I'm going to fail because others doubt me." Ask yourself if there is concrete evidence to support these thoughts or if they are based on assumptions and insecurities. Replace these negative thoughts with more realistic and compassionate self-talk. 5. Focus on what you can control. You have no control over what others think, feel, or say. Trying to manipulate their opinions is a futile and often frustrating endeavor. Instead, focus your energy on what you can control, your own thoughts, feelings, actions, and responses. When you shift your focus inward, you reclaim your power and reduce your dependence on external approval. 6. Set healthy boundaries. Learn to say no to requests that don't align with your priorities or values. Even if you fear disappointing others, protect your time and energy by limiting interactions with people who consistently criticize or judge you. Setting healthy boundaries is an act of self-respect and sends a clear message that your needs and opinions matter. 7. Seek feedback from trusted sources. While it's important not to be overly reliant on the opinions of others, seeking constructive feedback from trusted individuals who have your best interests at heart can be valuable for personal growth. Choose mentors, friends, or family members who are supportive, honest, and offer their perspectives with kindness and respect. 8. Practice detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent, but rather learning to observe others' opinions without internalizing them as truths about yourself. Recognize that people's opinions are often a reflection of their own beliefs, experiences, and insecurities, rather than an objective assessment of your worth. Practice creating a mental distance between their thoughts and your own self-perception. 9. Embrace imperfection. The pursuit of perfection is often driven by a desire to avoid criticism and gain approval. Recognize that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growth. Embrace your imperfections and view them as opportunities for self-improvement. When you are comfortable with not being perfect, the fear of judgment diminishes. 10. Celebrate your own achievements. Don't wait for external validation to acknowledge your accomplishments. Take time to recognize and celebrate your own efforts and successes, no matter how small. This reinforces your internal sense of worth and reduces your reliance on external praise. 11. Focus on your purpose and passions. When you are deeply engaged in activities that bring you joy and align with your purpose, the opinions of others become less significant. Your focus shifts from seeking external approval to pursuing your own intrinsic motivations and creating a life that is meaningful to you. 12. Practice self-compassion. When you do experience criticism or judgment, treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge your feelings without dwelling on them or letting them define your self-worth. Remember that everyone faces criticism at times, and it doesn't diminish your value as a person. 13. Gradual exposure. If the fear of judgment is particularly strong in certain situations, try gradually exposing yourself to those situations while consciously practicing detachment. For example, if you are afraid to share your opinions in a group setting, start by sharing small thoughts in low-stakes environments and gradually build your confidence. 14. Remember that opinions are subjective. What one person thinks is brilliant, another might find mediocre. People's opinions are influenced by their individual perspectives, biases, and experiences. Recognizing the subjective nature of opinions can help you take them less personally. 15. Focus on progress, not perfection. The journey of detaching from the opinions of others is an ongoing process, not a destination. There will be times when you still feel the sting of criticism or the urge for approval. Be patient with yourself and focus on the progress you are making rather than striving for absolute indifference. In conclusion, the quest to stop caring what others think is a profound and liberating journey towards self-acceptance and authentic living. It requires a deep understanding of our own psychological needs and insecurities, a conscious effort to challenge negative thought patterns, and a commitment to cultivating a strong inner sense of self-worth. By focusing on our core values, practicing self-compassion, and detaching from the subjective opinions of others, we can break free from the shackles of external validation and embrace the freedom to live a life guided by our own inner compass, ultimately leading to greater joy, fulfillment, and genuine self-acceptance. This is not about ignoring constructive feedback or becoming insensitive, but rather about cultivating the inner strength to define our own worth and live authentically, regardless of the ever-shifting tides of external opinion.